Welcome back to my Star Wars Legends Expanded Universe chronological timeline rating, where I go through the expanded universe according to my personal timeline order and rank each and every individual piece of media on a 10-point scale. And today I have Tales of the Jedi issue number 3, which was written by Tom Veitch with art from David Roach. And it takes place in 3999 BBY, and it's a comic issue that was released by Dark Horse. In this issue, we're reintroduced to, chronologically reintroduced to, Uliq Sunrider, who has been training with, I think it's Chama, although it's not specifically said in this issue who his master is. I think the short story has established that it's Chama, and Chama gives Uliq Sunrider some Adagen crystals, which will be transformed into the finest lightsaber crystals that there could be. And so Uliq Sunrider says goodbye to his master and gets on his ship with 3D Nomi Sunrider and his daughter Vima Sunrider. He gets to the planet Stennis on his way to see the fabled Jedi Master Thawne to complete his training. And on the way is ambushed by a Hutt who has his 3 thugs go after him, Wreck, Quahog, and Gadub. And they start picking a fight with the family, and Uliq jumps to save them, but as soon as he gets his lightsaber out of his holster, he's attacked from behind by a gorl worm, which is like a venomous creature that bites him on the neck, and he collapses over and dies. And so Nomi runs to her husband's side and is like, "You killed him, how could you?" And then Gadub's like, "If you give us the Adagen crystals, you and your daughter can live." But then the spirit of Uliq Sunrider appears to Nomi and beckons her to fight, because earlier, as they were making their trip, he says that Vima and Nomi both have amazing, incredible potential to be great Jedi. So, the Nomi grabs up the lightsaber of her dead husband and severs Quahog and kills Wreck, and Gadub manages to get away. But then so she's angry, but she has shown her incredible deft with the blade as she sawed and filet mignoned these attackers into shreds. And so then the spirit of Uliq Sunrider says to her, "Complete my task. Take the crystals to Thawne." And so she travels to the planet that Thawne is on, which I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. I can't remember the planet's name. Someone in the comments will tell me, probably Marcel. So she goes to this planet, which I can't remember the name of, and is just wandering in the wilderness, which is a great plan from Nomi. So she lets 3D stay with the ship, and then she and her daughter venture out into the wilderness to get the crystals. But the Force is guiding her or something like that, because then she sees a Jedi riding on a beast of burden towards her. It looks like a dewback, essentially, but the species is called Chukthai, and the Jedi who's on the back of the Chukthai is Oswillum, who's a Voltan Jedi. And so Oswillum invites them back to where they're staying and gives Nomi and Vima a nice meal, and then they discuss Uliq's death. And Oswillum says that he felt it in the Force, and talks a bit about how even though the Force is with the Jedi and protects the Jedi are still not immune to tragedy, to death, to surprise. Even though the Force is a great ally, they're still not completely immune to attacks. And so then, shockingly, the Hutt has followed them there, and to get those Adagen crystals, apparently they really want them. So Oswillum jumps into action to fend off these foes, and is doing all right, but then Nomi's like, he's going to get killed just like my husband was. And so then the Chukthai jumps in to save the day, and everyone's shocked that the Beast of Burden has leapt into action and fended off these attackers. And so then the day is saved, and the Chukthai, Oswillum, Nomi, and Vima are left to be okay and at the camp and be able to recuperate. And then Nomi hears a strange thing indeed. She hears Oswillum say to Thawne, because it's Thawne, that he is a great Jedi Master, and this is the big twist here, because the Chukthai is in fact not a beast of burden, but the renowned advanced Jedi Master Thawne. And Oswillum says he will train you, Nomi, in the ways of the Force. And that is where this issue, Tales of the Jedi issue number 3, ends, which is the second storyline that occurs in the first 5-issue arc, because parts 1 to 2 were Uliq, Keldrum, and the Beast Wars of Onderon, and issues 3 to 5 are the saga of Nomi Sunrider. So this was part 1, and I will discuss part 2 when I get to Tales of the Jedi issue number 4 in the next video. So what did I think overall of this issue? I enjoyed the story here, but I don't think it was as compelling as Uliq, Keldroma and the Beast Riders of Onderon. It's a great story. Nomi Sunrider is an incredible character. The story here is pretty good as well. Taking some lightsaber crystals to a Jedi Master, and then it pulls the Yoda Empire Strikes Back thing, where the Jedi Master that you're expecting is not who you think it is, and there's a little surprise there, which is really nice. I like that aspect a lot. Something I didn't enjoy here is this just random Hutt who is absolutely intent on getting these crystals, no matter what the cost. He goes way out of his way to get these crystals, which I thought was, Hutts are scheming, villainous, but shouldn't a Hutt know when to cut their losses instead of following Nomi out into the middle of nowhere to get these crystals? It's a nitpick, but I thought that was weird. But overall, it's a great story, and although not as good as the Uliq, Keldrum, and the Beast Warders of Onderon arc, I do enjoy this first issue to the saga of Nomi Sunrider and would give it a 6 out of 10. It is fantastic. The art here is probably even a step up from, I think Chris Gossett did art for the first 2 issues, and this artist is different, I believe. And I think the art in this issue is absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible art. And Thawne and Oswillum are just awesome. Just awesome. So let me know, what did you guys think of Tales of the Jedi issue number 3, part 1 of the saga of Nomi Sunrider? Let me know.